Welcome to pile number 1. How you should spend your next day off is in deliberate, intentional stillness. The Two of Swords shows a figure blindfolded, arms crossed, two swords held in perfect balance, and there is something almost ceremonial about that image. It is not the stillness of someone who has given up. It is the stillness of someone who is gathering themselves before a decision, before a movement, before clarity arrives. And clarity, for you, is exactly what this day off is designed to deliver. Your mind has been loud lately. There are decisions sitting unresolved, questions turning over and over without landing anywhere, and a low hum of mental tension that you have probably been pushing through rather than addressing. This day off is not for productivity. It is not for catching up, planning ahead, or optimizing anything. It is for quieting the noise long enough to hear what you actually think. Beneath the opinions of others, beneath the anxiety, beneath the relentless processing that your mind has been doing on overdrive. Spend this day in ways that gently suspend the need to figure everything out. A long walk without a podcast. Sitting with a warm drink and allowing your thoughts to drift without chasing them. Journaling not to find answers but simply to empty the overcrowded rooms of your mind onto paper. If there is a body of water nearby, a river, a lake, the sea, go to it. Water has a particular way of soothing the overactive sword energy of this card. Give yourself the profound gift of a day with no conclusions required. You do not need to decide anything today. You just need to breathe, be still, and trust that the answers already live inside you, waiting patiently for the quiet to arrive. Welcome to pile number 2. How you should spend your next day off is resting, and not the guilty one-open kind of resting where you keep your phone nearby and mentally compose tomorrow's to-do list. The 9 of Wands shows a weary figure, bandaged and battle-worn, still standing but clearly in need of recovery. You have been fighting for a long time. You have been resilient when resilience was required, strong when strength was demanded, and persistent through circumstances that would have broken many people. Your next day off is not a luxury. It is a necessity, and this card is delivering that message with some urgency. There may be a part of you that feels uncomfortable fully stopping, as though rest has to be earned, or as though the moment you pause, something will fall apart. That belief is exactly what this day off should begin to dismantle. Nothing will collapse because you took one day to genuinely recover. In fact, the opposite is true. You are approaching a level of depletion that will eventually make the choice for you if you do not make it yourself. The 9 of Wands knows what it is to keep going, but it also knows the cost. Spend this day doing whatever replenishes you at the most fundamental level. Sleep longer than you think you should. Eat something nourishing and eat it slowly. Watch something that makes you laugh or feel genuinely moved. Let the people who love you take care of you for a change, if that is available to you. Cancel the plans that feel like obligations dressed up as socializing. Protect this day fiercely. You of all people know how to guard something when it truly matters. Guard your rest with that same energy. You have earned every single moment of it. Welcome to pile number 3. How you should spend your next day off is by going somewhere. The Chariot is a card of movement, direction, and the exhilarating feeling of being in purposeful motion. And it is telling you that what your soul needs right now is not stillness but momentum. Not the frantic, reactive kind of busy that your regular days may already contain, but the clean, chosen, intentional movement of someone who decided where they wanted to go and then simply went there. Your next day off should feel like that. Plan a trip somewhere you have been meaning to go. It does not need to be far. A town you have never explored, a landscape that calls to you, a museum, a market, a coastline, a forest trail. The distance matters far less than the decision. The Chariot energy is activated by the act of choosing a destination and moving toward it with full commitment. There is something deeply restorative for you in the feeling of being behind the wheel, literally or metaphorically. of your own experience rather than simply responding to whatever the day brings. This is also a card of willpower and self-mastery, which suggests that how you structure this day matters. Do not let it slip away in a fog of indecision and small distractions. Wake with intention. Know where you are going. Give yourself the experience of a day that you drove, that you designed and followed through on, rather than one that simply happened to you. There is a particular kind of satisfaction that the Chariot promises when you align your inner intention with outer action. By the end of this day off, you should feel not just rested but renewed. The way you feel after you have remembered, briefly and beautifully, exactly who you are when you are fully in your own power.